Hello everybody!
Hi!
Welcome back to the channel. Today Brittany and I are very happy to be able to speak to you, not only because we're speaking to you from Mexico, but we're happy to say that we're wrong about one of the videos we made in regards to Lake Chapala. You guys might have noticed we recently put out a video talking about Lake Chapala and speaking about all the things we didn't necessarily like about it. One quick example was it's not very convenient depending on your lifestyle, right? So for me and Brittany, for example, we're not retired, we work. And so we don't have much time in our lives. There was one day where I needed a Home Depot or something similar to a Home Depot, a hardware store, in order to pick up something that I needed for a project. Because there was nothing like a Home Depot over here, I had to physically go to 7 different hardware stores and find out that all of them did not carry what I needed. If only there was a Home Depot, then I would have been able to get what I needed right away. Another example is there's no Uber Eats over here. Uber Eats does not operate in this town or in this area. There's no Uber either, just regular taxi cabs. So we were telling you that in many ways, this town isn't necessarily convenient or progressive. They're certainly probably not going to be moving to a place where they can't get a modern day convenience. The rest of the world is in 2023. Over here, they're not in 2023. Places that have more up-to-date, stores and things along those lines. That's what we're missing here. So don't you think it would be easier to pick up an app, order something, rather than have to walk out to a store on the cobble streets or something along those lines in order to get what you need? I mean, yeah, it would be easier. It would be much easier. But we're happy to say we were wrong. Would you like to tell them why?
So we were wrong because I had mentioned previously in one of the videos that there was no delivery service for food. But that's not true. We found out a few days ago that actually there is an app, and it's called, and please excuse my horrible pronunciation, you'll put it right on the screen for you guys to see, Traite Entregas a Domicilio. And with this app, you can order food, medicine, you can order services, and other things on here. Now, let's talk about the pros first of this app. One of the pros is that, this is pretty cool, you can get exact change. So when you place an order, you can choose to either pay with a credit card or a card, or with actual pesos, actual cash. And you can tell them like, hey, I'm going to need change for my food, and for example, and I'm going to need, let's say, 150 pesos change, and they'll tell the delivery person that they need 150 pesos change, and they'll bring you the exact change. That's pretty cool. Another thing that I really like about this app is that it has excellent support. I don't know if it's just one man that I've been communicating with. I think so far it's been one, but I don't know how many people are in charge of this company. I think it's a pretty small company from what I can tell, but very kind and friendly support on here. If I have a question or if I need help with something, then immediately, I get a message, I get help immediately, and it's really incredible. With Uber Eats, to compare that, it was not the best with customer service. You kind of got an automated response, which was kind of annoying a lot of time. Here, you're talking to a real human being, and you get a really fast response.
Can I just want to say, as opposed to Uber Eats, you're dealing with what seems like real people, right? Uber Eats is like you're talking to a robot. You're getting help from a foreign place. This seems like a real group of people who operate in the areas that the app is located in. So it's a very small app, and so it's not going to have the same scale as Uber Eats or, Didi or anything along those lines.
Another thing I really liked about it is that on your first delivery, they'll give you a promo code, but here's the catch. You have to spend, I think, 150 pesos on your first order, and then you get a free delivery. They have a thing where you receive 50 pesos for each friend who makes their first order with your code, and you give them a gift of 50 pesos on free delivery. And so this is my code. So it says that Invite a friend to order at Trady by entering your referral code to earn 50 pesos in delivery. If your friend uses the code during the promotion period on a completed order, you receive 50 pesos split as follows. You receive 25 when your friend places their first order. You receive another 25 pesos when your friend places their second order. So those are the pros of the app. Can you think of anything else?
I like the fact that they exist because they're bringing the lakeside area specifically, and other areas, but the lakeside area into like the 21st century, which is great because before something like this, you literally had to go out of your house, get in your car or some other form of transportation, and take the time to drive in an area that is very crowded. It's a small community, the lakeside area. So it's very crowded and overwhelmed with vehicles. It could take you sometimes 10 minutes to get around a block, especially in the central. So very inconvenient in many respects, but this app is trying to make it more convenient, especially for people who work.
Yeah.
So that is a beautiful thing. So what are some of the bad things about it?
Well, so I spoke to the support and I asked them, can you tell me what other cities in Mexico are you use this app? And I was told that they're currently only in the state of Jalisco, but in different towns. And these towns are Chapala, Jocotepec. I'm not sure how to say this name of the town. It's Autlan, maybe Outlan, Navarro, Ciudad Guzman. So those are some of the cities. Are those all the cities? I don't. Maybe there's more, but right now they're only in the state of Jalisco, and not even all of Jalisco. So that is a con. If you're in the Lake Chapala area, this is a great app to use. Well, it's the only delivery app I think that we know of. If you know of another delivery app, leave in the comments below. And if you've used this app, please let us know. Do you like this app? Do you don't like this app? What's been your experience?
Yeah, it's kind of nice that you're able to talk to a human. I find that to be really great. Brittany actually placed her first order from the app today, and it came in a decent amount of time. It was a little late than the projected amount of time it would take, but hey, it is what it is. We're spoiled by Uber, right? So keep in mind, this is a small group of people, it seems, doing a great service. Mm-hmm. So you really should not complain about the fact that, there's any problems or any issues that they're working out right now. Another thing that seems to be really great is even though they were closed for a specific holiday yesterday, they were closed for a holiday, they were responsive on the app. We texted them, Brittany texted them and said, hey, are you guys open? I can't find anything on the app to purchase. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, we're closed for a specific holiday. They even told Brittany what the holiday was and what the holiday was about. And that comes down to that whole, like, talking to a human thing, right? If you spoke to Uber, they would just say, no, sorry, we're not available today, which they're probably always available. But at the end of the day, this person took the time to talk to Brittany and explain to her, yes, this is why we're not open, and this is when we'll be available again. Another issue that Brittany found a problem with was this morning when she popped onto the app told her, we'll be available at 11 because yesterday was a holiday. So at 11 a.m., we expected to be able to order from the app. 12 o'clock comes around, and all of a sudden, we're on the app, and it's saying on the app, sorry, we'll be available after 12 o'clock. So very still in its infancy, I want to say, but at the same time, you can't really complain when you see that the people in the area are trying to make this more accessible, make things more accessible to the people in the area, which we really appreciate. I know in that other video that we put out, we kind of said you'd expect a place that has so many Americans who are retired, you'd expect a place like this to have a lot of convenience. And yet, it really doesn't have too much convenience in terms of like delivery services, whether that be products or, whatever the case is, whether it's from Walmart or whether it's from a restaurant, whether it's from Aurora Bodega or whether it's from Domino's. It's very hit or miss. But it seems like a lot of the expats in the area or the immigrants in the area, they don't care. So if they don't care, it is what it is. We however, do. Mostly because we work for a living,
and
right?
We're from home, so we're not able to go out.
Right, we work from home. So we can't jump in the car and expect to drive to a Walmart, for example, and be back in 5 minutes. No, it's going to take us at least an hour, even though it's less than like a mile away. You know what I mean? So these are just certain examples of, our experiences, and we're really happy to say that we can see that the area is coming together and fulfilling a need that clearly needs to be fulfilled. So we're not crazy. The need needs to be fulfilled, and the area is doing it.
Right. So going back to my cons, there's a limited number of restaurants that are available, but then again, you're in a small town. You're in a few small towns, I should say. And so, for example, my Thai food that I ordered was not right near where we are staying. So it was, I think, a few miles away or whatever, a couple miles to get it. So it took a while to go, it's not right nearby. Whereas Uber Eats, a lot of the time, you have to be within a certain local distance, I think, with Uber Eats. Here, it seems like they're willing to go out and, not right nearby to go get you food, which is really kind that they even have this app. But again, you are limited with the number of restaurants, so that could be a con. For example, if you want to order from Domino's, I don't think that they believe that I saw Domino's on the app. Just to give you an example of something like that. Another con is, now I spoke to the support about this, and he seemed to really think this was a great idea, and that I told him that, do you have a membership? I asked him, and he said, no, they don't have a membership, but he spoke to the team, and they are discussing it, and we will keep you posted as to whether they do add a membership. Now, why did I ask if they have membership? Well, we had Uber Eats, we had Uber One, I think it's called. I think we paid 70 pesos, and we got free delivery, and it was great. With this app, a con is that you have to pay, unless you get that promo code, I think your first time, or some other promo code, you have to pay for delivery. And the delivery could be 30 pesos, it could be 25 pesos, it could even be 80 pesos, I've seen. So depending on where you're ordering from, the delivery fee, of course, will be different, but it could add up, because not only do delivery fee, you tip the driver.
Right.
So at the it could add up to what, $6 extra you're spending on. Let's just say you want a bubble tea, for example, and then you want to get 2 bubble teas, and you have to add on the delivery fee. There's a service fee, and there's the tip. So everything adds up. Whereas if you have the membership, it can take off the service fee and the delivery fee. So I discussed that with him, and they're discussing it. So the next thing is the delivery was late from one of the restaurants, as Joe had mentioned, but they were very saturated, he said, with the number of people. I guess everybody's ordering today. Today is Thursday. So it's not a holiday. It's kind of during the week, so I'm not sure why it's very busy today.
That shows you that the area needs this convenience.
Well, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that people are on here.
Yeah, because many places in this area do not deliver. So I'm glad to know we're not crazy.
Yeah.
What we said in that original video was true.
Yeah.
It needs the convenience, and I'm glad people are fulfilling it.
Yeah.
But it shows you that they're saturated because people actually need the services.
Right. Like, for example, when I had to get the bubble tea, I just wanted one bubble tea, but they wouldn't deliver to me unless you spend 90 pesos. And there's only one bubble tea place that I could find on the app, just to give you an example. So you are limited again with what you can get, how much you have to spend. So that can be a little bit annoying. Maybe they'll work it out. I don't know if this is a new app, how long they've been around. If you know, leave your comments. What do you think about this? If you agree with my suggestions, let me know.
And also, again, this app is new, right? And so another thing that we see, another necessity in the area, or an improvement in the area that we see, is the lack of Ubers, right? Accessible transportation. Now, they do have cabs in this area. They do have private drivers in this area, but both of those are kind of unregulated. So, for example, if you're an American or if you're a Mexican, but especially if you're an American, you will be getting upcharged, and you probably won't even know it. We've been in Mexico long enough to know when we're kind of getting like the gringo price. But at the end of the day, Uber is very regulated. It's also very reasonable. Now, regulated and reasonable are two different stories. We're not going to get into the details about whether it's okay or not to be both regulated and reasonable. We're just going to talk about regulated. Regulated is important. It's important to have a price and be able to choose whether or not you want that price. When you have a regular taxi here and when you have a regular private driver here, you are kind of at their mercy in a way. You do have the public transportation like the bus. That's another story. You could always take that too. But we asked the company of this app whether or not they plan on having something like an Uber ride share app in the future. And they said that they were going to be asking the team.
He said at the moment we do not have that service. I'm going to tell the team and they will check out this idea.
Right. So they aren't there yet. But let's hope we can see that in the future. If this area is not going to have something like Uber, a very modern day, amazing convenience, this is the next best thing. And I just wanted, again, I want to say how happy we are to be able to support an app like this and support the needs of this particular area in this way.
So all in all, we are wrong. There is an app. You can order food. You can even order on here. When you go to the home page, you'll see where you can order even services. And I'm not sure how to use the jobs feature on here, but I guess if you need a job or are looking for a job, if you know more about this feature, comment below. Tell us how it works. I have not used this yet, this jobs feature, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, so another nice feature with this app I want to say is also that you can get, if you don't speak Spanish yet, you can get it in English, the homepage. So it'll say like restaurants, markets, stores, pharmacies. And so when you go to the restaurants, it'll say, for example, in English, it says, due to saturation at the moment, orders are taking 25 to 35 minutes longer than normal. Thank you for your understanding. So they already let you know ahead of time they're going to be late. But it's in English that you can see that I can read that. And then let's say I go to the restaurant. When I go in the restaurant, the food items may be in Spanish, but sometimes they're in English. Sometimes it's like Spanglish a little bit. So it's in English. So that's a setting that you can get. So if you want to be able to understand the app, I do recommend that if you're not fluent in Spanish yet, you can do that. So that's really cool.
That's something that even Uber Eats doesn't do yet, right?
Yeah, and Uber Eats, a lot of times they'll give you a response back, but it's in Spanish.
Right.
And they'll email it to you, and then you have to read like this long automated message. Here, you talk to the support, they speak English, and it's immediate.
Yeah, I just want to say a lot of the gringos in the area did not like the last video that we made because Brittany's like, oh, there's no Starbucks. I'm like, there's no Home Depot and all this stuff. Listen, at the end of the day, guys, we're just telling you the facts. And the reason we're telling you the facts is because you might want to live here, right? You may want to come to this area. If you want to come to this area, you need to know what's going on here. We're not trying to insult anybody. We even said in that video that we like the area. It's just certain things that don't jive with our lifestyle. Exactly. But with services like this popping up, you can see that not only the area needs services like this, because clearly they're oversaturated with orders right now, not only does the area need this stuff, but the area is willing to give it to people. And not only just give it to people, they're giving it to people in English, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. Most of Mexico doesn't speak English readily, right? You're not just going to have things in English all over the place. Morelia, for example, one of our favorite places in Mexico that we've done many videos on, they are very limited when it comes to English. Do they have some? Sure, sprinkled in here and there. But in this area, you can see that they've really embraced the expats and immigrants who are in the area. And yes, there is a difference. Go look it up. They've really embraced them and made them a part of the culture. So anyway, guys, I hope this video helps you. I don't really have much else to say.
So again, there's pros, there's cons to this app, and let us know in the comments again if you've used this app and how your experience was, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content like this.
Adios.
Have a great day. Hasta luego.